Okay, hello. It is Sunday the 12th, day 12, and I am going to uh, attempt problem number 12. So, with your subterranean systems subsisting suboptimally, the only way is to finding a path, not just a path. The only way to know if you find the best path is to find all of them. Fortunately, the sensors are mostly working, so you build a rough map. For example, start A, start B, A, C, A, B, B. So, list of how all the caves are connected. You start in the cave named Start. Destination of the cave named N, and try BD means cave B is connected in between them. So the above cave system looks something like this. Your goal is to find the number of distinct paths that start at start, end at end, and don't visit small caves more than once. There are two types of caves: big caves, written in uppercase like A, and small caves, written in lowercase like B. It would be a waste of time to visit any small cave more than once, but big caves are large enough that it might be worth visiting multiple times. So all paths you find should visit small caves at most once and can visit big caves any number of times. Given these rules, there are 10 paths for this example cave system. Start A, and each line in the above corresponds to a single path. The caves visited by that path are listed in the order they are visited, so very common. Note the cave system, cave D is never visited by any path. To do so, cave B would need to be visited twice. This is not allowed. Here's a slightly larger example. 19 paths. Finally, how many paths through this cave system are there that visit small caves? Are there that visit small caves at most once? Okay. So let's start with this and think about it. So raw, and they gave me several examples. So let's do this. So from data classes, import data class. And let me think about how I want to do this. So what is this called? Is it called a cave? No, rough of the map, the meaning caves. A list of how all the caves are connected. Okay, so class caves. Self raw, which is actually, let's say pairs list of tuple string string. From typing import list tuple. Self caves equals no, I don't want that. Let's try the next one. Self.caves equals dict of start end for start end in pairs plus. Okay, so good. So now I'm going to say here are the and big caves can be so is big cave string goes to bool. It's interesting that it knows that, but let's do that. And find path start, find all paths, list list string. Okay. Actually, I did this totally wrong. Um, from from collections, import default dict. And so what I want is going to be a default dict of lists. Okay, and now for cave 1, cave 2 in pairs, that's right. Good. Okay, so that's actually what I want. Um, um, and paths equals this. Let's say frontier equals start. Okay, so that's good. And wall frontier, let's say path equals frontier dot pop. Okay, I don't want to pop at the beginning. I'll pop at the end. Just okay. Cave equals path minus 1. If cave equals n, paths append path. Right, self. Okay. For next cave, if next cave not in path or is big next cave, frontier append path plus next cave. Okay, so let's think about this. So I'm going to say, here's what I want to explore. Wall frontier, so pull off the next path to check out. Is there a chance I'm going to visit the same guy multiple times? No, because I'm always adding to it. And so the trick here is for each next cave, if next cave not in path or is big. So if it's is big, we're allowed to go to it twice, and otherwise we're not. So I think that's right. And then I want to return the paths, right? So let me add static method, call it parse, raw string caves, pairs equals 0 for line and raw dot split lines, cave 1, cave 2 equals line dot split that, pairs append, return case. Hey, that's smart. So it wrote it for me and it did it right. Let's say, and I'm going to call this raw 1 because they gave me a bunch of examples. Caves 1 equals caves parse raw 1, and print caves 1 dot find all paths. So let's just see if this does the right thing. Oh right, my computer rebooted. So conda activate advid 2021. cd source cd advid 2021 python day12.py and let's say AP equals caves 1, and let's just assert len of AP equals, and let's see how many there are supposed to be, 10 paths, which was about how many I saw. Okay, so that's right. I might as well do the other 2 unit tests. Here's a slightly larger example, and it has 19. So I'll call this AP1. raw2 equals this, caves2 equals that, ap2 equals that, assert len of ap2 equals, I think this is 19, is that right? And then this last one has 226. So raw3 equals that. At this point, it should know what to do, right? Caves 3, AP3, certainly AP equals 226. Okay, so let's run all these unit tests. And they all pass, so we're doing the right thing. So let's get our puzzle input now. And oh, I called this wrong. Rename it. Okay, so if name equals, and it's going to do the wrong thing here as always. Print part 1, that's funny. So raw equals open data date 12.text.read. Caves equals caves start. I don't want capital though. I want lowercase. Caves equals that. Paths equals caves find all paths. Print f part 1 len paths. All right. Good enough. Thanks, Copilot. So part 1 is 5874. So let us try that. That is the right answer. Okay. After reviewing the available paths, you realize you might have time to visit a single small cave twice. Specifically, big caves can be visited any number of times. A single small cave can be visited at most twice, and the remaining small caves can be visited at most once. However, the cave's names start and end can only be visited exactly once each. Once you leave the start cave, you may not return to it. Once you reach the end cave, the path immediately. Okay, okay, so now the question is, do I want to modify this, or do I want to write a different version? And I'll just write a different version. That'll be easier than modifying it. Okay, so this is find all paths 2. And then what I want to do is if, let's say, valid path equals all the following are true. This is really messing up my formatting. So next cave is not start. No, this. Oh. Okay, well, let me just do it this way. This is clunky. Valid equals. Let me think about the right way to write this. Let me do times visited equals path.count next cave. Okay, and so if any, I won't do any. If is big next cave or next cave not in start end and times visited, I don't know what happened here. This is times visited is less than or equal to 1, then I do that. So this is okay, so let's make sure we buy this. So now find all paths 2. Again, I find the next cave and I say how many times have I already visited that cave along this path. And so if it's a big cave, I can visit it as many times as I want to. Or if it's not a big cave, but it's not start or end. Oh, actually, I don't want that either. Next cave is not equal to start. Okay, because basically I'm never going to end up with end on a path, because anytime I get end, I append it to the path and then I don't add it back to my frontier. So I'll never get end on one of my frontier paths. So there's no danger of doing end more than once. So the only danger is doing start more than once. So here I say if it's big, or if the next cave is not start and times visited, uh, uh, actually, and let me clear this out. No, I'll just leave it like this. This is not, it's ugly, but it works. AP12 equals caves1 dot find all paths 2, and assert that len of AP12 is 36. So let's run that and see if that works. Nope. Okay. So let's print it and see what happens. Let's see what I did wrong. Maybe it'll be obvious. And printing it is path and AP12 print path. It's hard to read them when they're all in one line. So let us see what I did wrong. Start BN, start BDBN, start BDBAN, start BDBA, and let me just print the length. So I got 54, so that's too many. And it's too many because I am probably going to get some duplicates, right? And so because now I can get to things in two different ways, basically. So let me do this. And no, I'll do it as a set, and that way I only get distinct ones. And return list of paths. So let's try that and see if that helps. Still get 54. And why do I still get 54? And let me do one more thing, which is sort these and run it. So if I sort it, that'll point out any duplicates that I get. So look at this first example. Start a so let us compare this with that. Start AB, AB, AC, AC, A, end. So that's this one. ACA end, that's this one. So let's look at these and see if any of them have obvious flaws with them. Start B end, start BA end. Okay, well, let us compare with this now. Okay, should equals tuple of row dot split on comma for row in this and should dot sort. Okay, so for path in AP12, if path not in should print path. So that will help us by showing which ones we're getting incorrectly. Okay, so these are like some really long paths, and so let's see why those are not valid. So start A C A C A B D B A end. Why is that not a valid path? It seems like that should. I must have read the instructions wrong. So big caves can be visited 8 hour times. A single small cave can be visited at most twice. A single small cave can be visited at most twice. And the remaining small caves. Okay, well, so I read the instructions wrong. Okay, good. Okay. So let us say duplicate or duplicate small equals C for C in path if C is lower and C and path dot count C is bigger than 1. So now what I want is next cave not equals smart and basically, so I don't even need to do times visited. Now I can say, let's just say double small equals, or let's just say, let's just say lowers equals cave for cave in self dot caves if cave is lower and cave not in start and okay, so now I have the lowers. if any path down cave, no, that's not right either. Duplicate small equals any path.count cave bigger than 1 for cave in lowers. Okay, so that means we've already got a duplicate on the path. If is big next cave or next cave is not start and so now we say next cave is end, that's okay. Or next cave not equal to start and not duplicate small, then I can do that. So let me run this again and see what happens. And I still have the problem. Print len of AP12, len of should. So somehow my fix didn't work. So now I've got too few. So let me change this around and see which ones I'm missing. Okay, so I screwed this one up too. Because equals okay, and so and say duplicate small equals, that's what it's going to do. All right. Or next cave is not equal to duplicate small. Okay. So now let's try this. And I've created an infinite loop for myself. So I keep adding stuff even though I shouldn't. Let's see. All right. Let's see. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something wrong. I'll put that assert there and see what happens. Something bad's going to go wrong. Okay, so okay, so this is wrong as well. Boy, I'm having a tough day today, huh? So duplicate smalls. So if is big next cave, or let me see if that is right. Okay, so if it's a big next cave event, go to it. Or if I haven't duplicated a small yet, and next cave is not start, then do that. So let me try this and see if that works. Nope. All right. Let's see if that does it. Okay. What is this? What's... Okay, so let's get rid of all this stuff. And now AP12 equals caves 2. Cert lane of AP12 equals 103. And then finally this is 3509. Okay, good. So now and that took a long time, but okay. So anyway, so you know, every once in a while I have a bad day. Today is one of those. Every once in a while is when I have a bad day. So there were two problems. One is I did not read the problem carefully, and so I misunderstood the condition. So that was on me. And then the second is that I did not come up with it. Even once I read it correctly, it took me way too long to come up with like what is the condition for adding things to the path. So is big, and then you know I haven't duplicated it, or even I have duplicated it, but so just I don't know why I had a brain freeze and didn't get that right, but somehow I had a brain freeze and didn't get that right. So yeah, not my best showing, but anyway, it's done and it worked. So thanks thanks for watching, and I'll try and do better tomorrow.